Marlee Matlin, welcome to the Daily Social Distancing Show.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be with you. Well, kind of, sort of. We're at a distance, but that's okay. You know what I'm talking about.
I am super excited. I have watched you my entire life. My mom may be a bigger fan of yours than I am, but I think we'd fight about it. I grew up watching you. I grew up admiring you. Like in South Africa, your shows were huge. And it's interesting because it feels like in this journey, you've sort of come full circle from being the star, from being the person who was getting the deaf community on screen and just as a character, really, where being deaf is just who they are, to now getting into the deaf-blind community and telling us another story. Let's begin with yours. As somebody who won as many awards as you did you think that those awards would still be your record to hold 30-something years later, or did you think there would be more deaf or deaf-blind performers in Hollywood?
Well, first of all, you really, really made me nervous right now, okay, by saying all that stuff. Because you just said you looked up to me all these years when you grew up in South Africa, and now, okay, fine, I'm nervous. Thanks a lot. Thank you for putting it in my head. Anyway, no, thank you. No, and now otherwise, I mean, likewise, I'm a fan of yours as well, and we'll work this all out in later on.
Thank you.
So, I have to say, when I started, I was 19 years old, and I had any inkling of how this industry worked. I had no idea about awards. And when I got my Oscar, actually, I got my Oscar, and I was nominated for my Oscar at the Betty Ford Center. I was in rehab. I was in rehab, and I got nominated there in the middle of the month of rehab. And of course, that
wow.
And then after that, all the other awards came. I got the Golden Globe the day before. Actually, I went to go to Betty Ford. You know what? I think it was great that I had no expectations, that I had no idea what it all entailed. The Oscar race, the Golden Globe race, the Emmy nominations down the road that I got. I mean, I was so naive. And I think that kept me grounded. But getting to your question, being the fact that I got the Oscar, I knew that it was a big deal. And I knew that I had to do a lot of growing up and to tell people about this, that we had to make noise, that we had to get people to get work, that we had to make connections in the entertainment business, that we all had to just put ourselves out there. And I think the journey has been long, but yet we still have a lot to do. And there have been ups and downs along the road. And I think it's all what we anticipated, but still we have work to do.
There are still many actors who get overlooked because they are deaf or blind. And oftentimes actors who will act deaf or act blind will be given the roles. Now, I understand that there's an element of acting involved, and everyone won't be the character that they're playing, but surely there's a special something that people bring to a role. As somebody who's played these roles, what do you think it adds to the role when you step in as somebody who is deaf or who is blind?
It's simple. It's authenticity. It's authenticity because we've lived it. We don't have to necessarily add that on top of the acting that we're doing. We know what it's like. We can lend that sense of authenticity. I don't know what it's like to be someone who's deaf and blind, obviously, but a person who is deaf and blind can bring that to the role. We bring authenticity to the screen, period. You can't create a disability through, it's like putting on a costume. You can't do that. You can't put on a costume. We are not costumes, people who are deaf and blind. That's why I'm trying to create a tidal wave, to make noise out there, that we need to let the community know that there are deaf-blind actors. There are even writers and producers. We're here, hello, and we can do the work. And if you want to see authenticity on the screen, just like you want to hire any actor who feels authentic to the role, just as you would collaborate with any actor. And if you're talking about deaf and deaf-blind, then work with us. We can do it. Don't underestimate us and the work that we can do. It's just time. It's time to hire more deaf and deaf-blind actors authentically. To be seen.
The idea of underestimating is one that really resonates with me, because I feel like you've been underestimated your entire life. And time and time again, You've proven people wrong. You've excelled beyond expectations. And once again, you are in the conversation in a very different way. You know, here we are with a short film that has Oscar buzz called Feeling Through. And it's a coming of age story. It's really, really beautiful about this young kid who's homeless in New York City, and he encounters a deaf-blind man who is just really trying to get home. And right now, the film has Oscar buzz, and you can see why it has Oscar buzz. One of the biggest things that, again, surprised me, I mean, it seems obvious now, is that the lead actor had never acted before, was basically discovered and stepped into it. But when you watch it, you go like, oh, this is phenomenal.
That's what it's all about. It's awesome. The deaf-blind guy, Robert, had never acted before. He was working as a cook in the kitchen at the Helen Keller Center,
Right.
Center there, and they had been on a search for an actor to fill the role, and they saw a number of great people, deaf-blind actors, but there was something that was still missing, and somebody at the center mentioned Robert, and then he just fit into the part. That's what happened to me in Children of a Lesser God.
Right.
The same thing happened to me. I came from nowhere. I mean, I was in a little small production in Chicago. People was like, "Who's that? Who's that girl in the background?" Stranger things have happened when it comes to casting. You don't know where you're going to find the person that fits the role. So, mentioning that, you know, they used an actor who was deaf and blind to play the role of the deaf-blind character in the film and Feeling Through was absolutely perfect. It just fit like a glove. You couldn't have had greater authenticity represented on the screen, and that's why I'm so proud of the movie, because it's a simple story, two people trying to get home, as you said, and yet they come from life with a different lens, and they have different experiences, but it doesn't matter. They're still human beings, and they're meeting at this place, and they connect in the most profound and unexpected way, and the story works. I mean, they truly are collaborating. It's such a simple story that I just feel that it's just a lovely film. I'm very, very proud to be part of it, and I'm really proud to be associated with it.
I mean, Oscar buzz is a wonderful place to be in. You've been there, you've won an Oscar. Hopefully you're going to be taking home another one. But I know that you've always been somebody who wants to push for more. You're always somebody who wants to encourage the industry to be better. You're encouraging fellow actors to be better. Where does Marlee Matlin go from here?
Stop. I'm never going to stop. I always, I mean, I love what I do. I love my deaf community. I'm very proud of where I come from. I'm very proud of collaborating with everybody outside of our community and creating new things.
Well, new things are what you have created. Fantastic new things are what you've created. And as a fan of yours for literally my entire viewing life, I would like to say thank you so much for that. And congratulations. I wish you all the best for this film.
Thank you so very much. Thank you very, very much.